There's neutral. There's reverse. And there's first. That's all you got. Guys, dealing with the problem today that I've never encountered before. This is a Craftsman lawn tractor from 1999. And got it running okay. It's got a single cylinder Briggs & Stratton engine. It did some work. Starts, runs just fine. Problem with this tractor is transmission. Should have 5 speeds, 5 gears. But all we got is neutral, reverse, and first gear. You can't get it to shift past that. It's really frustrating. And I can't figure out why. I just can't force it over beyond first gear. Now, whether the tractor's running or if the engine's off, it doesn't matter. I can't really get it to shift. Have not been able to find anything amiss. Oh. Haven't found any problem with the belt. The brake lever, clutch. That's fine. You know, but you should be able to switch gears without, you know, when the tractor's off, you should be able to switch gears without clutching. But that seems to be working fine. Everything here seems okay. Now, so here's your shift bar. It's coming down. Connects here to the top of the transaxle. That linkage is all fine. It's just one bar. And, you know, this guy pivots. This guy right here. You know, so, but I can't see any problem other than there must be something internal that's keeping that from moving. It's pretty frustrating as it is right now, not being able to shift in the second, third, fourth, or fifth. Alright, I took his back cover off. It's just for 9/16 bolts, and I just want to clean up back here a little bit and see if anything presents itself to us. Pretty dirty. Well, unfortunately, nothing I did was able to help here. So I just have to conclude that there's problems internally in this transmission, and while I guess perhaps it's possible to open it up and fix it, I think I'm going to try to just swap it out with a used, known good one. So I found one actually on from a guy locally. Found it on Facebook Marketplace, and I got it right up there on the workbench. Before we talk about it, I'm pretty confident it's going to swap out pretty good. And the tractor it came off of was set up exactly like this with the shift pattern. So keep our fingers crossed it's going to be an easy swap. But I think what we'll do is we'll pull this one out, and then we'll put the two transaxles side by side and compare them. Alright, I'm going to start by taking the rear wheels off, and today I'm utilizing my homemade tractor lift, which I've talked to you about in the past. This isn't a very heavy tractor, and I'm not exactly lifting at the bumper. I've got a piece of wood under here, under there too, so it'll be fine. It's not a very heavy tractor, and we're not lifting up the engine side. Alright, so let's take off the wheels. I think they should come off pretty easily. I'd taken off the one on the other side when I was doing some of my analysis earlier. then we've got this C-clip. Comes off. And a washer. And then the wheel should come off. Okay. Alright, I'm going to start by taking down the parking brake. The brake mechanism here. I actually have to transfer it over to the other transaxle, so let's see. Do that spring. That. And then we got a 3/8 here. Take a photograph if you're not able to remember how this is assembled, although it's not too complicated really. There. So I guess I didn't really need to take out that cotter pin. Alright, he's out of the way. But I have to transfer this bottom part to the next one, so this guy has to come off also. And these pieces just fell out. You don't want to lose them. Alright, that's good. Here's one of the bolts that we have to break loose. Maybe we can grab that while we're here. 1/2 inch. Okay. This guy. Alright, so similarly you got one of those on the other side. And then of course 1-2 bolts here, the 2 on the other side. Maybe we can loosen these while we're here. But we won't remove them completely just yet. Well, maybe we can remove the one. Alright, and then we'll jump over to the other side. At this point, I'm going to set the parking brake. Not really to break it, but just to put the slack in the belt, so when we take it down, we'll be able to take the belt off the big transaxle pulley. Good. And so you got 1-2 more bolts to remove there, and it should come down, right? Oh, you know, the only thing I didn't do is the shift lever. I had that off previously. It's the only thing keeping it there. So I gotta pull that cotter pin out. Alright, so here are the two transaxles up on the table. The old one and this the old one. Here's our replacement one. And there are many essential similarities. The distance from the mounting points to here is the same on the old one as on our new replacement. The diameter of the axle shaft is the same in both cases. The groove for the keyway pin is the same in both places, so that's good. One difference is that the shaft, axle shaft on our replacement transmission is about 6.5 inches as compared to 5 inches on our original, you know, measuring from the end all the way up to the housing. I don't think that's an insurmountable difference because we can use some spacers to take up some of the extra distance on the longer axle shafts. You might also be able to see that we got a different size pulley. So this replacement apparently had this small pulley put on so that they could use the tractor for racing. At first it kind of scared me because, you know, maybe they beat on the thing. But I've tested it through all the gears with the gear selector here, and it's all working. So I think we're going to be good to go. The brake mechanism is identical and in the exact same spot, so that's good. Another difference is where the shifter lever connects to the transaxle. So this one's down low on our original, and look at this guy, he's almost 6 inches higher than that. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to reuse this on the replacement transmission or if I'm going to have to try to somehow switch over to this guy. I did get the shifter from the other tractor that this replacement transmission came from, so it might be an easy swap over, or we might have to get creative and swap this part for this part. We'll see. But I'm probably going to install this before I make a call on that. I do have to swap the pulleys though, and I'm a little intimidated by this rusty guy. See if he's going to even want to come off. I'll work on it for a short time, but if it's not going to come off, I'm going to have to just replace this big pulley. This guy should come off pretty easily. He's just a couple of set screws. And hopefully it'll all work out for us. So let's get going on the swap. Guy wasn't even really tight. That wasn't very tight either. Alright, that's it. I'm not nearly as optimistic about this guy. It's got a snap ring. Which I got out with just a screwdriver. But that might be the only easy part about this. Alright, so there's two holes in the top of this pulley, and I drilled them out a little bit bigger. And my goal is to see if I can use this puller to get this thing off. We'll see. Alright, here goes nothing. Ooh, I think it's moving. Battery went out. Moved a half an inch, 3/8 of an inch. Battery went out. We almost got it though. Oh yeah! Got it off. Wow, I'm happy about that. That worked really well. Actually, I got the keyway lined up. Just a little gentle persuasion. Oh, piece of cake. I love it. God, it's great. I couldn't find any snap ring pliers that are the right size. I think it got too big. So let's see if we can. There we go. That's it. It's on. Alright, let's put the, see about putting the brake hardware back on. These are kind of clogged with dirt. Let's get that dirt out of there. That's better. Alright, so getting ahead of myself. These don't seem like the right hardware. Yeah. I have to find replacement bolts that actually fit these, because these are a little too thin. I think the mechanism is okay, but these threaded holes are a little bigger. I better hunt around for that. Alright, it was a little bit of a challenge because since I needed a larger bolt for the new transmission, I had to drill larger holes, get some bigger bolts here, but I think I set it up backwards. What an idiot. Hold on. Alright, let's try that. Remember guys, if at first you don't succeed, keep sucking until you do succeed. This guy's here, it's hard to turn. This one's in. Alright, I'll wrestle with that a little bit longer. But it's real close against this bracket, so I can't quite get a socket on it. And it's a little tedious with the wrench, but I'll get it. And we also have this spring which clips on here, but I'm not going to put that on quite yet. But I think the brake hardware transition is working out fine. Alright, so I think our conversion to the new transaxle is complete. We've got the pulley on, brake assembly. I went with the shifter connector from the original, which means we will have to use the original gear knob, gear shift. And so it's sitting, 4 inches higher than it used to be. hopefully it will still be okay for what we need to do. And I think the only thing that I have left to do is I want to take some sandpaper to these axle shafts and sand them clean. I'll take a few minutes to do that, and then I'll meet you over at the tractor and we'll install this baby. Yeah. Okay. It's that side. Okay. That's good. All right, so I've hit a bit of an impasse with the original shift lever. Now that our mechanism sits about 4 inches higher, this rod wasn't working correctly, and I think I'm going to have to go back to this guy and at least try to see if maybe this one will fit. And you know, it has to move within the slots that we have here, and this first one didn't quite do it because of that shaft sitting 4 inches higher. Well, let's just try it with the other one and see what happens. Okay, update. This actually is the original lever, and what I did underneath is I kind of flipped it around the other way, so it's entering the linkage the opposite way that it was, and that's okay. I now have space for all of the gears. The only thing about it that's kind of hokey is I can't go with the placements of the RN. I have to, like right here is reverse. So I made some stickers here indicating that, you know, we can get all our gears. Maybe that looks a little hokey to you. I'll put some black tape or black paint over the old ones. Okay, maybe it's hokey, but you know what's really hokey? Mowing your lawn stuck in first gear. That's really hokey. I think this is going to be much, much better. All right, let's get the wheels back on, all right? All right, so we'll put a little grease on these axles. Alright, so I got this washer, spacer, washer. That's a little better. forgot the shaft pin. My groove might be a little recessed, a little too much. We'll see. Gotta have that pin. Don't forget him. Now, will our clip get in there? I think it will. That's it. All right, good. I'll do the same on the other side. Well, I think we're done. Let's take it for a drive. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's so much better, and it's, you know, you got a lot of different speeds now. Actually, what I've come to realize is I don't think we installed a 5-speed transmission. I only, it's 4. So when I have 1 and 2 here is the same thing. So right now I'm in neutral, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I gotta change these. We have 4 forward speeds, neutral and reverse. So I gotta fix this. I thought I was installing a 5-speed. I think it's just a 4. All right, how's that look? I got rid of the old markings, just taped over them with some Scotch black electrical tape. And here's our new reverse neutral, 1, 2, 3, 4 speeds. And this guy's back in business. There's a little bit of interference here with the parking brake lock, but all things considered, I'm happy with how it's working out. Well, that wraps it up for the transmission swap on this Craftsman lawn tractor from 1999, and it took longer than I hoped it would, but doesn't everything? It was a fun project, and I enjoyed sharing some of it with you on the videotape. Your comments and questions are always appreciated in the discussion below. And yeah, maybe that inspires you to do it yourself and keep your equipment in service for even longer. Thank you for watching, and remember guys, only you can put the do into do it yourself. Bye.